Hi, welcome to the Chai This at Home podcast, where we drink and review teas, or we eat a tea recipe every week and review them for you. I'm one of your hosts, Mark.
And I'm Katie. It sounds like the tea kettle is whistling, so let's go ahead and get started. Hello guys, welcome to our 7th day of Christmas/winter teas from the Ohio Tea Company Winter Variety Pack. We are looking today at Gingerbread Chai. Now this tea is $5.50 an ounce, so 2 ounces, obviously $11. 4 ounces you get 20% off, so it's $17.60. 8 ounces you get 35% off, so it's $28.60. 16 ounces you get 45% off, so it's $48.40. Slightly on the higher end of teas out of this pack that we've reviewed so far. So whether or not it's worth it to you, you can decide for yourself. For us, it might depend on how well it rebrews, which we'll see in a little bit. As far as description, the website does not have one, but ingredients, it is rooibos, cinnamon, ginger, lemongrass, dried apple, cacao beans, dried yogurt, cardamom, clove, chocolate, and natural vanilla flavor, milk and soy. So, if you're allergic to milk or soy, do not consume this tea. As far as ingredients go on this, I'm not sure how I feel about the dried yogurt thing, but everything else in this sounds pretty good.
I don't think we've had one yet that has had dried yogurt. We've had a lot with other milk ingredients, though, which...
Yeah, we've had ones that had, like, chocolate with milk in them.
Yeah, and those ones we weren't necessarily too happy with because it...
When you've got the white chocolate, especially, once it cools, it tends to get, like, that little, like, oily layer on the top. So I guess maybe we'll see if the yogurt does that. But the tea will probably not cool during the podcast, so...
And like, I know yogurt is very different, but yogurt itself, unless it's homogenized, gets oily stuff on top. So I'm a little
skeptical. I like that even though it has some flavoring that is not just inherent to a tea ingredient, well, it's inherent to the flavoring, I guess.
Right.
But I like that they told us what it is, so we know that it's vanilla flavor. They didn't just say natural flavors.
Right.
As far as the origin, the rooibos is South Africa, as rooibos typically is, and it was blended in Canada. If you like your teas blended in Canada, then this is the tea for you, I guess. So, this is a caffeine-free tea, before I forget to mention that, because I have been forgetting to mention it recently, but it is caffeine-free, and I think that's all for me. So, Mark, tell us about the brewing.
All right, so it's 1 teaspoon at boiling for 5 to 7 minutes. I believe we did this one for 5.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
That is what you had me set the timer for.
Thank you. I've got to say, when I opened the package, it smelled... It was basically gingerbread. It smelled a lot like gingerbread.
I'm smelling the tea now, and it smells like gingerbread dipped in chai. Almost like the tea itself was gingerbread chai.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the chainess did come out quite a bit with the brewing.
You know what it smells like to me? You know those fake gingerbread men ornaments? That are made out of, like, cinnamon and, like, applesauce or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
It smells kind of like that, except much more edible.
Oh, yeah. Not in-your-face cinnamon, but still...
Well, it definitely smells like a lot of cinnamon, but...
Yeah.
Cinnamon is listed as the second ingredient. I don't know if on tea they are listed in order like they are on foods. But...
What I think it smells like is a German gingerbread man.
What's the difference between German gingerbread and non-German gingerbread?
I think the German ones are stronger is the main thing.
Okay.
So I would probably put the spice level halfway between, or not quite halfway, but somewhere between normal gingerbread and the hanging tree. Or the...
The hanging tree? The fake gingerbread ornaments is what he's trying to say. All right, that took an unexpectedly morbid turn. How about you stop talking and try this tea?
Were we going to look at the color first?
Oh, yeah, we can look at the color. It's pretty light colored. Honestly, I'm already kind of seeing a little bit of the oily stuff on top.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're looking for it, you're not going to notice it, but it kind of annoys me, personally.
Right. It's not nearly as bad as that one white chocolate one we had that was just a layer of oil on top.
True, but that also was a lot worse after it cooled, and this one might be too, because it almost starts to solidify once it cools, and then it's really gross. But
yeah,
it's not like a whole ton. It's not too bad.
It's not too bad at all.
But it's a pretty light colored tea. I'd say it's not very red. It's not very yellow. It's kind of just orangish brown in the middle there.
Yeah,
it's pretty clear.
It is. We can see the bottom of the cup very well.
Which might just be a factor of how light colored it is, but looks like there might be a bit of sediment in the bottom of the cup there.
Yeah, I think most of our teas do have sediment. We just don't see it.
True.
Because it's not...
Also, if this one has cinnamon, I wonder if the cinnamon settled out some.
Oh, yeah, that might be it. All right, here we go. Smells like gingerbread, tastes like chai. Would be mine.
Oh, as a note, this is the first chai we've reviewed on Chai to Sit Home, despite the fact that our podcast name literally has chai in it. Because, for some reason, most of the times that I personally have consumed chai, I feel like I've had a slight allergic reaction. And it's, not life-threatening, so I'm going to try this anyway. And I'll probably be fine. But it makes my throat feel very weird. And that's why we haven't reviewed a lot of chai.
Depending on what kind of chai you've got, there is a spice that does that.
Okay.
To some extent.
Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's just the tea.
It might be.
And I just didn't expect it. But also, yeah, we liked the pun, so we used the name anyway. I can taste the lemongrass. I didn't expect to be able to taste the lemongrass over the cinnamon and stuff, but I can, and I appreciate it.
There wasn't too much cinnamon in this one at all, even if it was the second ingredient.
That's part of why I'm wondering if it settled out some.
Huh.
It's not a strong chai.
No, it isn't, which I can appreciate.
I like. If you like your chai strong, it might not be the thing for you. I am definitely getting, I'm getting the gingerbread some.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a little surprised by the fact that it does have ginger in it. I momentarily didn't see ginger in the ingredients, and I was confused.
Yeah.
I feel like this would be a lot of fun to drink while you were building a gingerbread house.
Oh, yes. And it would, in a way, remove some of the temptation to snitch.
Yes. If you want your gingerbread house to make it to its final stages unscathed, then maybe you need to buy this tea. Are we ready to try the rebrew?
We can do that.
What time did you put it in a minute before we took this one out?
Yes.
Or wait, no, you couldn't have. Because you can't.
Well,
you put it in when we took this one out.
Right. So it's been going for about
9 minutes.
Oh, 11 minutes?
Yeah, because 16 minus 5 would be 11. Except now it's 17, so now it's been 12 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's been going longer than I thought it was. And
it is very light colored.
Yeah, this one...
I'm hoping it has some flavor.
Me too.
It smells cinnamony still.
Yeah, that is cinnamony.
Do you want to try it first? Because that way if it's too hot, you're the one who will be scalded.
It's cinnamon water, I think.
Well, that doesn't sound pleasant, but I guess I've got to try.
There's a little bit of rooibos left still, but it's mostly just cinnamon water.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this.
No.
Are you planning on drinking it, or are we going to pour it down the drain?
We're going to pour it down the drain.
So, in conclusion, guys, you can rebrew it if you want, but we're going to pour it down the drain. So, all that being said, Mark, pros and cons.
Well, it's a good one-off kind of it's a good gingerbread imitation. It doesn't rebrew well, and it's an expensive tea. So that puts it down a couple more notches for me.
Yeah, I feel like this is maybe a tea I would buy for cookie baking day.
Right.
But I would not drink this in the middle of summer.
No.
Unless it was July 25th and I was celebrating Christmas in July.
Right. But are we going to be drinking gingerbread tea and not cinnamon tea?
Good point. We could just be drinking the hot cinnamon that we reviewed a while back for us, a longer while back for you.
I still think it's time travel.
Sure. Yeah, overall, personally, I do not think I would buy this tea again.
No.
If I did, it would be just a, like, once-a-year thing.
Right.
Because it's expensive and it doesn't rebrew. There's stronger chais. You can always buy a stronger chai and water it down.
I think as a weak chai, it is decent, though.
I mean, it tastes good.
Oh, yeah.
As far as chais go, this is the one I've most liked, mainly because most of them are kind of spicy. And I like spicy things, but not necessarily spicy liquids.
One of these days, we should make a good milk chai.
Okay, we can do that. Someday we'll do an episode on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do like that it's not just straight cinnamon and ginger. I like that I could taste a little bit of the lemongrass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that I got my way down to the dried apple cacao beans or chocolate and vanilla flavor.
Right.
But I suppose they're under there somewhere.
I think those ones are more of a smell thing for this particular tea.
I can maybe taste a bit of the apple.
Because I know that the vanilla, at least, I smelled.
Oh, okay.
So...
Vanilla is not a super strong flavor to begin
No.
with, necessarily, anyway. Unless it's very concentrated.
Right.
So, any last words on this tea, Mark?
No.
I guess that's it for us. We will see you again tomorrow, or maybe in a few seconds, if you happen to be binging all of these at once.
Or if you're us, maybe a couple days.
Yeah, who knows how long it'll be for us until we record the next one. But happy holidays!